success as a team is more successful than LeBron. I got 6 rings.
Okay, so then if I talk to an NBA owner, by the way, this is very helpful because realize this is very helpful because for me as a fan, I've followed this. So if I speak from an NBA standpoint, owner, and I want to find an all-around player to be my number one, you think the average owner is
Scottie Pippen finally said what no one else in the NBA he dared to say out loud, and he said it directly to LeBron James, not through a tweet, not on a podcast, and not whispered behind closed doors at some private dinners. This isn't recycled sports drama built for clicks or a flashy hot chick from a TV analyst looking for attention. The details came from people who were actually in the room or close enough to hear every word clearly. What makes it even heavier is that LeBron, a player who has never hesitated to speak his mind, has remained completely silent in response. Before the media so often it and turns it into something polished and safe, it's important to understand what really happened, the history behind it, the tension has been building for years, and the exact tone of what was said. Once you see the full context, it becomes clear WHO as a basketball word is quietly shaken.
Whole resume, his competitiveness, his drive, his will to win, what he's want to do. When someone like LeBron has to spread that out for 20 plus years, it's not the same drive. It's not the same fight. It's not the same hunger.
So let me pause it right there. We're going to continue in a little bit. Scottie right here is saying something interesting. And we're going to keep playing it. Scottie is saying...
I really understand WHO 2025 became the year of this competition between Scottie Pippen and LeBron James. You have to ruin a bit. This didn't play overnight. It's been seeming for years in the background of every GOATDebate, every legacy ranking, every CDB comparing cares. There has always been a quiet tension between the legends of the 90s and the way LeBron has carried himself throughout his career. For a long time, the older generation kept things respectful. Players like Pippen, who sacrificed their bodies in any route toward player empowerment or social media branding machines, must be watched and choose their words carefully. But patience only stretches so far when it starts to feel like your ear is being edited out of the story. From Pippen's perspective, the frustration makes sense. His legacy has never been straightforward. Is a Hall of Famer, one of the League's 75 greatest players, and a 60-time champion who was essential to every one of those titles. Yet almost every conversation about him somehow opens back to Michael Jordan, to whether he was underappreciated, to his contract drama, or to the constant debate over whether he was a true superstar or just a sidekick. Over time, that kind of narrative can start to run, and you touch that kind of narrative can weigh on a person over time. For years, Scottie Pippen has heard his name brought up in debates that really focus on him alone. 10 day in the non-stop talk about LeBron James, the GOAT campaigns, the is already past Jordan arguments, the highlight reels that frame basketball history like it's a straight line ending with LeBron on top. Lately, even the way LeBron answers questions about NBA history and the legends before him aren't exactly as tensions. And there is a twist. Sometimes it's not about what he says, but what he doesn't say. The tone, the subtle shrug, the way he places himself at the center of every historical conversation, as if everything before him was just the appealing act. To some fans, that's confidence. To some players, it's earned pride. But to someone like Pippen, who battled through the bruising play of hours of the 90s, he began to feel like something else, like quiet disrespect. And according to people close to the situation, he isn't alone. In early 2025, several legends from that year reported had prior conversations about LeBron's approach to basketball history, conversations that haven't fully made their way into the mainstream spotlight yet because there ain't any secret meetings or master plans behind the scenes. No groups are plotting some coordinated response, just on his frustration. It was real conversations between former stars who poured everything into the game and started to feel like there was being reduced to a footnote in a story that keeps getting rewritten. And to be clear, this was never about questioning LeBron James' talent. Nobody serious doubts what is accomplished. The numbers are undeniable. The longevity is rare. The championships are stamped in history. The tension was about legacy culture, about how this is sometimes presents his career as the ultimate measuring stick for everything that came before, as if the past is mainly to validate the present. For the legends of the 90s, that framing hits differently. Their foundation asn't heretical, IT was physical. IT was brutal player battles, limited freedom of movement, contracts with little leverage, and respects earned possession by possession.
Would you put yourself ahead of LeBron as a team standpoint?
My success as a team is more successful than LeBron. I got 6 rings.
Okay, so then if I talk to an NBA owner, by the way, this is very helpful because this is very helpful because for me as a fan, I've followed this. So if I speak from an NBA standpoint, owner, and I want to find an all-around player to be my number one.
By early 2025, those emotions ain't whispers anymore. They had turned into real conversations happening behind closed doors. It isn't about taking LeBron James. It was about feeling overlooked, about sensing that history was being reshaped to eat or prepare bones. And Scottie Pippen had more personal reasons than most to finally speak up. He knows what it's like to be essential but not always centered, celebrated yet overshadowed, praised while still questioned. So when he watched the legacy debate unfold again and heard the tone behind certain comments, something in him clearly shifted. This isn't random. IT isn't jealousy or slow chashing. IT was years of quiet tension meeting one moment of honesty. And when that moment came, he didn't send a tweet or float a hint through someone else. He addressed IT directly. The silence that followed from LeBron is what has everyone paying attention now. To understand what pushed Pippen to that point, you have to look at the details. Earlier that year, LeBron made a string of comments in interviews and on social media. Casual, affective remarks that sounded harmless on the surface. He talked about what it really takes to win, about toughness, about surviving different years, different opponents, different levels of pressure. To many, IT came across as confidence. But when you're a part of the generation that vowed through the grind of the 90s, those words can land differently.